Let's play Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mystara. Hey, what's up guys and gals, this is Ken Gagne with YouTube channel Gamebits with a Let's Play of Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mystara, released today, June 19th, 2013, for Xbox 360, Wii U, and a variety of other consoles. I am playing the Xbox 360 version, because I may have just lied to you, I don't think the Wii U version is actually out yet. And also, I do want to be able to play this game online eventually, and I have more friends on 360 than I do on Wii U. So let's check it out. I loved this game in the arcades in the early 90s, and I always wanted it for the home console, but it was only available as an imported Sega Saturn system game. And although I did have the Sega Saturn, I didn't want to justify, or I couldn't justify, paying the price to import it. Now I don't have to, because at PAX East 2013, Capcom announced that they were releasing both of their games for the home system, for the Xbox 360 and a variety of other downloadable system game platforms. Attack, use, jump, inventory. Really, what more do you need? Attack, use, inventory, jump. Got it. Alright, how to play. Attack, jump, dash. Floor slide. Push down, forward, so okay, so throw a fireball and then jump. Okay. I'm sure there's probably more to it, but you know what, this is just a side-scrolling beat-em-up, I think I can figure it out. Achievables. Quite a few of them. 24. Kill lots of enemies, complete all the challenges. What are the challenges? So these are just even more achievements, basically. I just realized I was looking at Shadow of Mystara, which is the sequel in this two-game combo pack, so now I'm loading up Tower of Doom, which is the original from 1993. I believe the sequel is 1996. So now let's load up this game, because we want to start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. And I'm going to choose the middle difficulty level, and let's go with the fighter. He's a stalwart ally. Pretty typical characteristics. We can play as another character class later on. So, you leave in the morning. Well then, register your name. Let's see, can I fit Gamebits? G-A-M-E. Just in case you're wondering who else's YouTube channel this might show up on, you know it's Gamebits. And yes, it fits. 8 characters is the max. Alright, off we go. Help us, please! You hear screams from up ahead. Run! Pull out your sword, just in case. Ooh. Okay, so the book was yelling for help, maybe? Let's see, I can throw... Oh! Didn't mean to throw that. Okay, I'm down a dagger. Had 3, now I got 2. How do I pick this up? Not by throwing daggers at it, not by jumping. I'm sure I'll figure this out soon. Unless maybe our book's a item for wizards, and I'm a fighter, so maybe I can't pick it up? Oh, there's the crouch. Okay, I can do that. Ah! Goblins, kobolds. Kobolds. Okay, whenever I hit them, their name shows up at the top of the screen. So I always know what I'm fighting. But as a proper D&D player, I should be able to figure it out. If this game is accurately depicting them. Alright, got the book. Oh, okay, so I just push the attack button. That's easy enough. Should have figured that out sooner. Gnoll with axe. Really, it's a knoll with axe. Except you can't spell it with a K, because then it'd be a hill. And that'd be as silly as attacking a gazebo. Yeah, I can just open any of the chests by smashing them open. Pick up a few coins here and there. A wounded caravan guard collapses before you. Help us, please! Our caravan, blah blah. Some are heading for the mountains, but others are gathering for an attack on the town. You can see the town in the background there. Well, that seems more urgent to me, so I'm going to head to the town. But this is your first demonstration of the branching paths that this game offers, which incite multiple playthroughs. Okay, help us, we're under attack. Maybe if you didn't just bounce up and down in place, you could actually escape from the monsters and save your own lives. I think that kobold just mooned me. He is so dead. I pick up my hammer, because that kind of was shaped like Aegis Fang. But we'll see. Attack the sign! Attack the sign! I need this. Is that what he said? I need this like I need a hole in the head. Now this game does support multiple players, both on the couch and online. I'm not doing either of those for my first playthrough. With online, I'm not sure how to record an online player's audio to present to you in this YouTube video. So I figure we'll do that with some unrecorded gaming. Can I go in here? Yes, I can go in here. Let's destroy this entire tavern. Have a good old bar brawl with these gnolls with axes. Ah, how do I defend against those attacks? Maybe I should have RTFM.
Yes,
and it doesn't really matter if I die because I have infinite credits. Unlike the good old days when I had so few quarters to burn at the arcade. You might hear some of my other audio in the background, please ignore that. Had some recording difficulties with this episode. But okay, here's a big hill giant. Not a kobold, what was that? I'm trying to help you, hold on to your horses, this isn't Robotron. Save the last humans. Okay, I got one of you. Oh, and now I'm dizzy. And now I'm being headbutted? It's an ogre leader. Ogres. He threw a rock at me. That was very innovative, because, you know, there are usually just lots of rocks lying around the docks. But why not? Can I even open this thing? That's pretty well secured, that metal iron chest crate thing. Maybe I need a thief. I don't remember if that's one of the classes in this first game. There are only 4. Blah! And he was carrying a book, Ogres Read, apparently. I picked up all that silver. You can see on the left column there, it says pick up 100 SP, 100 silver pieces. That's like one of my first achievements or challenges. So I'm 20 silver points away from that. Silver pieces, and then 30 enemies. I've killed 29. Thank you for rescuing our town and saving us all. I was hiding behind my father with this sword. It is said to have magical power. Hadouken! The weapon is indeed magical and will increase your attacking power. I wonder if there had been multiple players in that level, if we all would have gotten something. It showed all 4 of us in that cutscene right there. Alright, let's see. May I help you? Dagger for 20, hammer for 30, arrows for 40, oil for 20, and healing potion, which isn't really necessary when you have infinite quarters. Can I pick you? Can I pick your nose? Pick your nose. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Oh, when I poke her, she gives me advice, even if I poke her right in the eye. That's not so bad. It's owned by the House of Linton. Isn't that a kind of soup? Or a brand of soup? Okay, she has no more advice to give me. I'm running out of time here, so I'll just take the exit sign. Make a slow and leisurely exit. Stage right. Be on guard for monsters. Well, this game would be pretty boring without them. You leave town and head for the city of Doroken. Monsters prowl the main road. Okay, here I am in the woods. Whoa! Owlbear! That just came out of nowhere. Now, I don't think owlbears are inherently evil, are they? You just, like, leave them... Oh, okay, I killed my 30 enemies. And weren't owlbears invented on the Isle of Moonshay? At the same time as displacer beasts? By one of the evil goddesses, I don't remember. Oh, Douglas Niles. You contributed so much to the Forgotten Realms. And apparently Mystara. Pick up some coinage in the middle of the battle. More kobolds, more owlbear. You know, it used to be that things like owlbears were fantastical creatures. Now they just seem like a feat of genetic engineering. It seems like something you might actually see, like in the next Spider-Man movie or something. You can have a Spider-Man, why not an owlbear? Meh. Okay, good thing that owlbear is carrying a garnet, because you never know when you might need one of those. I'll go when I'm good and ready, picking up all the monies. Adventuring doesn't exactly pay much. I have to take every opportunity I can get. Whoa! A thicket moan. How does this end? I've seen the movie The Secretary. Oh. There. Hey, get away from him! I'm a Metal Gear Solid guard. I have an exclamation point over my head. What happened here? Help us! I was part of the patrol from Fort Kruth.
We were hunting the beast when we were attacked by it. Well, yeah, he was hunting you too. By now it might be attacking the fort itself. Well, yeah. Hurry on to the Broken City and see if they can send help, or provide help myself. Well, come on, again, which is more urgent? Go where you're needed, man. Fort Cruff.
We set some traps for the monsters in the fort. Be sure to watch for them.
Great.
They're not good traps if they can catch people.
I guess
That
I'll go
seemed
this
like
way.
a branching path right there. Whoops. Wrong buttons. Why did my armor turn pink? I'm sorry, it's not pink. It's lightish red.
Yes, my armor is lightish red. It just turned pink light when I walked into this room. I see no reason why that might have happened, but who knows what color palettes Capcom's designers were working with. Okay, so gnolls can read too, because they drop books. Sure, why not?
Please pay?
Alright. Agate. Agate. Ooh, more money. Funny, I'm trying to save this fort at the same time I'm raiding them. Am I truly one of the good guys here? Do they want me to have these things? Oh. Okay, let's just push this statue. This was like a Maniac Mansion game. There'd probably be someone hiding behind it. And skeletons. Wonderful. If I was playing as the cleric character, I suspect I could turn the undead, which doesn't mean, like, turn in the place that you stand or whatever. Turning is actually dissolving the undead by calling upon your holy deity to undo the dark magic that binds and animates the undead. If this is anything like the D&D game, you don't get experience points when you do that, but you don't have to fight the creatures either. It just eliminates the obstacle without any of the danger or reward. I should leave the room out the way I found it. That's just being a good guest. Okay, no way to go but up. And that little thing in the wall. Whatever. Uh-oh. Why would two creatures cast but one shadow? Aim for the shadow that is where the creature truly is. Well, I think you just answered your own question. Too bad you didn't figure that out before you died. Oh, Displacer Beast, speak of the devil. We were just chatting about you. Meow, it says. Alright, so we got... Ooh, for a dagger at it. Oh, hit 10 enemies with ranged arrow, dagger, or sling. Another achievement. Maybe I should try doing that. Now, I wonder if the other Displacer Beast, the one that doesn't cast a shadow, can actually hurt me, or if it's just a distraction. And I don't think Displacer Beasts you can actually see where they really are. That sort of eliminates the penalty on your 2-hit roll. Oh, wailing on the beast. Ah, smack. Seems like sort of a witch slap from the distance. I do need this. Oh, dizzied. Nice. Now, if this was another Capcom game, when the opponent's dizzy, you can throw them. I want to pick up that Displacer Beast and throw them. Or like Zangief, maybe do a pile driver. Or maybe like Sabin from Final Fantasy, who can pile drive a train.
10 enemies with ranged weapons. That's one of my challenges. Alright.
Now that just said Meower?
Guess it's attack hit.
So I guess all the bosses offer taunts when I am defeated by them. Okay. So I hit that thing with my arrows once. That's one more ranged weapon I've hit it with. Ow. Oh, a few more hits, and then you're going down. Oh, you're down. Got it. Okay, money bags.
Defeated the beast.
1,000 SP is my next goal, and I've defeated the beast and rescued the fort.
Tap the fort. Gone hunting fort.
The saying is not hold the fort down. It's the fort is not inflatable and going to float away. It's hold the fort. As you are having dinner in the inn, a stranger comes up and begins to talk to you, which is how every good campaign begins. My lord, Corbin Linton, master of the city of Athenos, wishes to speak with you. he would have you come to the city of Athenos to meet with him. Gamebits has reached 9th level. Did I start at like 7 or something? Because last time I went up to 8, now I went up to 9. And I'm pretty sure you're limited to 1 level advancement per gaming session. Have you seen the beautiful ship moored at the wharf? No, but I will poke you in the face, even though you're not quite as pretty as the other lady. Prices have gone up. Jeez, inflation. I'm still just a lowly fighter, you know. It's not like they pay me more because I'm a higher level. Okay, so I bought a hammer. Can't buy the book. Can't buy the candle. Can I buy the shield? Can't buy the shield. Sword? Can't buy the sword. Can I buy the exit sign? Why, yes. I've also heard that some adventurers saved one of Milord's caravans. I doubt it. What, you doubt it? You just don't trust adventurers, but you want us to tell you our stories. So you can just say, we doubt it. Corwin has arranged... Okay, well that's great. I thought you were going to have to make me trek all the way to your city, or like maybe hire a burro and ride that into town. Lords of the Abyss, we're surrounded. They'll try to swamp us. It's a swamp boat? Whoa. Okay, what is that? Is that a merman? They're blue. It's a... troglodyte. Okay, I thought troglodytes were green and had tails. These guys have tails? I can't quite see. Well, I'll beat them up anyway. And they're throwing little poofy sacks at me that explode. Okay. Can I pick them up? Oil burning. I can pick up oil burning as opposed to burning oil. Oil burning kind of sounds like it's hard to pick up, actually. What else? One more hit. Nope, he's dead. Alright. Oh, hi. Don't even get the chance to leave the cabin. I knew I should have paid for that upgrade. Gluteus Cranium has started playing Chronicles of Mystara. Now that is a name of somebody I went to PAX East with last year and this year, and he and I have been highly anticipating this game for several months. And we agreed to buy the Xbox 360 version as opposed to the Wii U so that we could play it online, because I have Wii U and he does not. However, I'm not playing with him tonight. In fact, I may have ignored his invitation prior to beginning the recording of this video, because I was intent on producing this Let's Play. So my apologies to you, Gluteus Cranium. Nothing personal. We will have our online gaming session at a later date. In the meantime, I have a blue troglodyte and a purple ghoul, I think that was. Yes, a ghoul. I don't know why they are on a boat. Maybe they just wanted to shoot a music video, say, hey other ghouls, I'm on a boat! Or not. But you know, they're carrying jewelry, so they're nicely accessorized ghouls. Huh. Okay. Got a drunken sailor with scuppers with a hosepipe on him. I'll pick up as much of this stuff as I want or need. Let's see. Oh, more troglodytes. Hey, just hitting all... Oh no, not my boots of speed! I don't remember when I got those. There really isn't a lot of places to run on a boat. Oh, 2 dizzy enemies. That's a nice combo. Alright, so I've hit 7 enemies with my pointy things now. And now they're just kind of twirling their tridents around. I wonder if Aquaman could learn that trick. Then he might actually be useful. Ow! Ow! So pokey. I don't remember troglodytes being so pokey. I think they'd want to bite me with their lizard teeth or something. Lizards have teeth, right? Do turtles have teeth? You'd think I would have seen enough episodes of Ninja Turtles to know that. Whoa! Hello! That has to be a troll. And if I attack him, chances are his energy will regenerate. Because trolls need to be burned. Let's see if that happens. No, it's not happening yet. I hit him with pointy things, though. One more, one more. Hammer. Hammer time! Okay, we're just kind of dancing now. Aw, man. Slashed. But hey, I have an infinite continue, so I only have to defeat you once, but you have to defeat me infinite times. Ah, he jumped over. Oh, there we go. Marksman. Got me an achievement. And his energy's still not regenerating. So when do I use my oil? I have it all. Ooh, big treasure chest. And if I didn't already have oil, there is some. Oh my goodness, he's biting me. I would expect that from a troglodyte, not a troll. Anyway. Alright, so I got my oil ready, just in case. And do I need to, like, deliver the killing blow with oil, or what? You defeated the troll. Okay, but he's off the screen, so I can't see what he's doing. What do I need to do? Look! The troll's wounds are healing. Well, of course they are! He's a troll. It's what trolls do. He's also specifically a troll leader, so you think there would be other trolls that he's leading? But no. Hey, look, oil. Yeah, gasp. You're afraid of it, aren't you? But how do I use it to kill you? Or when, rather, do I use it to kill you? Whoa! That's a lot of oil. Where'd the heck that come from? He almost got you. Don't you know you have to burn a troll to finish it off? Actually, yes, I do. But knowing that information and applying it in the specific mechanics of a Xbox Live game can be very different. Not that you soldiers would have any concept of what I'm talking about, so thanks anyway. Oh well, I'm level 10. I don't really see where the game keeps experience points, so I assume you just automatically advance each level. Welcome to my house! I am Superman. Since last Thomont, a month I guess, a great dragon. Will you defeat the dragon? Be assured we will destroy it. We will do our best. Well, sometimes your best isn't good enough, so you can be assured. Well spoken. Your fighting skill must be wonderful to behold. It's passable. I wouldn't really brag. I mean, when you have infinite continues, then you can get away with a lot. Poke you in the eye. How do you make evasion blind? If I were younger, I would slay the dragon myself. Yeah, I'm sure you would. You used to be an adventurer just like me, right? Then you took one of these to the knee. Well, you know what? I'm the one that's actually out there fighting for all of you, so you can just sit here in your store and stew. Watch out for the dragon's acid breath. It'll dissolve anything it touches. Anything? I wish ye good luck. Thank you, Scotsman. You reach the dragon's swamp. You agree with eerie silence, the stench of foul water and stale air. Look! It's a luck dragon! Is that what kind I'm going to be fighting? No, I'm going to be fighting ghouls, who are just laying down, and the oil doesn't do anything in the swamp. Nor should it, because the ground is pretty wet. Still, that's a clever interaction between your inventory and the game's environments. Or maybe it's a lack of interaction. But it's certainly an awareness. Continue. Yeah, hack, slash, hack. Min, max, hack, slash. It's really all the fighter can do, you know. If I had chosen one of the other classes, maybe I'd have more interesting opportunities to be a thief and backstab, or be a cleric and turn, or be a mage and cast spells, but fighters, kinda one-trick ponies. Not like Epona. Eponas actually have several trick ponies. Still, I apologize for all the ponies, or bronies, watching this video. I meant no offense. Wham, bam, slam. Ha! Hoo! Ga! Okay, let's see. I have 1,175 silver pieces. I don't think I'm going to be able to see any to pick up in the swamp. I didn't mean to throw away the oil. Gotta keep pushing the wrong buttons. Gotta stop, rather. Let's see, anything else going on here? What are all the things I can do? I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to block? Because I think a dragon is going to need some blocking. Let's see. Attack, crouch, jump, dash. Okay, fighter specifically. Okay, oh, I can ground attack, aerial attack. Some of these things I seem like I've already been doing. Still, I think I can probably apply some of these in ways that I haven't been. Long jump. Oh, interesting. Defend. There we go. That's how you block. Attack, then push back. Attack and back. I can do that. I can definitely do that. Floor slide. Crouching evade. Rising sword slash. You must have an empty backpack. Oh wow. So it's a reward for having no items. You can either have items or that special attack. There's the block. That's how you do it. That'll come in handy. Whoa. Oh wow, one hit kills? Or was I just that low on health? I hadn't noticed. Mirowl? Isn't that the exact same thing the Displacer Beast said? Are they like speaking the same language, cats and dragons? I mean, if you saw How to Train Your Dragon, then you know that dragons can be rather cat-like. But I didn't expect that to pervade this environment. Ha! See, you tried to bite me and I blocked it. You can't hurt me. Oh. You can hurt me. Okay. Alright, so here we got a black dragon, which reminds me very much of the dragon that we thought had killed Brunor Battlehammer. You may recall that battle, as they tried to reclaim Mithril Hall in streams of silver. I think that dragon actually didn't breathe acid, it breathed gloom, if I recall correctly. And they thought that the dragon went down with Brunor, but what they didn't realize at the time was that Brunor had Dritz's scimitar, which I believe was called Icing Death, which gave him protection against ice or fire. No, against fire. So maybe it was a fire-breathing dragon. And Brunor lived to tell the tale. The Lady of Silvery Moon gave him a ride on the chariot, and they hooked up later. Anyway, as far as dragons go, though, this actually looks pretty small in size. He's like 2 or 3 men. And if you compare that to Smog, who we're going to be seeing this December in the Desolation of Smog, I mean, that guy is huge. Goodness. Anyway, in the meantime, I have to deal with this dragon. And we can assume that since he's a black dragon, it specifies that whenever I hit him, that he must be evil. Unfortunately, the world of D&D is racist in that regard. Black dragons are evil, gold dragons are good, and then there's also green and red and white. I don't really remember all the specific qualities of each, but this one I'm going to kill. So there. Whoa! Ow! Right on my toe! That really hurt. Honestly. Who throws a dragon? Alright, and I went up just 1 level for that. Jeez, if this was a real D&D game, I'd be pretty upset with my DM right now. The adventure continues, but wait. There's more! Monster and demi-human raids have increased. So no human raids, because humans are good guys. There's obviously a guiding hand behind all of this. That's right, we haven't fought a single human in this game. I wonder if that was some sort of a rating system thing, where showing people fighting people would have been demonizing humans, or giving kids the wrong idea that it's okay to swing swords at people. Following Corwin's suggestions, you come to the town of... I missed it. I am the mayor of Corunglain. Lord Linton said you were coming. There are 3 areas where the monsters frequently appear. Okay, I shall clean out all 3, or shall I go to a series of limestone caverns, an abandoned mine, or an old well? Well, I suspect the farther I get from town, the closer I will get to the master mine. So let's go to the caverns. All 3 are underground, though, so I suspect they'd probably all lead to the same place in the end. Welcome. How welcome am I? I'm trying to save your city, and you're trying to make a profit. I guess we know where our priorities are. You can hear the lonely sound of water dripping. Aw, lonely water. My lantern? I don't see myself carrying a lantern, so what's up with that? Oh, okay, random magic missile. Oh my god, mosquitoes. Fire beetles? Fireflies? Serenities? Sturges? Fire beetles. Aw, oh, man, death by mosquito. Okay, I'm not telling the guys back at the tavern about this one. Alright, oh! Sorry, I thought you were a fire beetle. You have to admit there is an uncanny resemblance. Alright. Okay, it's locked. But I can just smash it open, so what good is a thief, really? You thieves, you have your lockpicks. We fighters, we just smash things really good. Alright, let's fight some more gnolls. Oh, and an ogre. Just like old times. Oh, who made that happen? I don't see anything came out of it, but I can go in. Ooh, big treasure chests. Lots of goodies. Ooh, arrows. Arrows came out of that chest when I tried to open it, so that was a trap, and I guess the thief could have disarmed it? Okay, I have to give thieves some credit. I guess they're good for something. Can I fall off? Can I jump? No. Alright, back to the battle. Just a brief interlude there. I appreciate you guys all waiting for me and not following me in there. The ogre probably wouldn't have fit, but still, anybody else could have caught me at my worst. Who knows what I could have been doing in there. Whoa! Alright, what's there? Oh man, there's more. Aquamarine. Cure serious wounds. Alright, that must have been a magic item for later, because I don't see any serious wounds being cured. That's cool. It goes in my inventory when I need it. Oh! Arrow to the chest. I must have just ripped that thing right out and kept going. Now see, this is a place I would expect an ogre to throw a big rock at me. You tell him, Killer Crocker. And now he's just kind of running around. He must have his Fitbit on, trying to get extra steps in. That's what I would do. Alright, now I'm noticing a discrepancy in the silver pieces. On the left side there it says 1339, but under my health bar it says 1613. So I wonder if like each coin I pick up might have greater value, like if it's gold or platinum or electrum, but on the left side it only counts as one? I'm not sure. The passageway opens into a cavern. A huge underground city sprawls out beneath you, just like in Eternal Darkness. You know, I wish that Kickstarter had succeeded, the one for the sequel, whatever it was called, like the Eternals or Eternal Sonata or the Ancients, whatever. The only game I've played from that company, Silicon Knights, is the original Eternal Darkness, and I thought it was fantastic. I can't think of another game in the last 20 years that I've beaten 4 times. It was worth replaying that often. But their Kickstarter didn't actually fail. They went into E3 and decided to cancel the Kickstarter, and then retool it in some fashion and come back and ask for money again. And I'll back that one, just like I backed the first one. And I hope that one succeeds. Although I really don't know what they're going to do to make it any different. That should be interesting. Oh, I'm fighting gnolls with bows now. Kinda sounds like a children's book. Gnolls with bows. Puppies with hats. Cats with cradles. I don't know. Is that a piece of bread? No, it's agate. I wouldn't mind some bread. I don't think I've seen any items that when you pick them up, they restore health. That's not all that atypical in a game like Final Fight. I'll make a brief detour here. Oh, trap. Scorpion. Aw, nice. And then the trap killed it. Nice. Super healing potion. Super healing potion. I don't remember seeing those in D&D. I thought super really didn't invade our lexicon until Super Mario Brothers. But D&D predates Mario by almost a decade. Curious. Continual light. And... ow! Boulder to the head. Got some flame jets over there. Can I read the sign? What does the sign say? The truth is your heart. I don't know what that means. But apparently I can read. Apparently I have good intelligence. I thought only wizards could read. Can I smash that open? Nope. So that must be the fighter's special ability. Thieves can pick locks and fighters can read. Alright, got another troll, and this time I know how to put you down for good. And apparently you know how to put me down for good. You found my weakness. My weakness being that I am mortal. Blah, 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 blah. Nice. Got a few good hits in there. Oh my god, he's poking me. He looks like a pawn from Battle Chess, just doing his minimal best. Ah! Oh man, I smashed that chest right over your head, and now I'm gonna throw oil on you. I thought he was dead, but he gets up and dances when I throw oil on him. It's dancing oil! Kill 300 enemies, I'm at 92. I wish I could scroll through what the other challenges are. It only shows me the one I'm doing at that moment, like break open 25 chests, I've done 21. I guess since I don't really have much control over my environment, I can't. It doesn't matter what the other ones are, because I can't pursue them willy-nilly. Wow, there really is a city down there. Is it... what's it called? Nebuchadnezzar? Menzoberranzan? Something? I just read an article saying that they're doing another Dungeons & Dragons movie. Apparently none of the ones they've done so far have been any good, and this article was 10 ways to make a good D&D movie, and it was mostly focusing on what they shouldn't do. One was write to the rules, so don't be constrained by the actual protocols that players follow to execute a gaming session. It seems like a good idea to me. Another suggestion was do not make a Dritz-Doerden movie. I guess the Drow are just an incredibly unbalanced race with too many superpowers. And Dritz in particular is pretty powerful. And more self-pitying, the article said, than most characters you'll ever encounter. Alright, another sign. Can I read it? Ow! Death by sign? What is that? Let's try that again. Humble yourself. Live a humble lord, live a humble lord. Oof. Okay. Oh! I need to kneel. Because when you're kneeling, you can't get attacked by ranged weapons. How do I kneel again? I've never had to humble myself. I've just always been too cool for that. So let's double check on what the controls are for crouching. Press down and jump. Okay. Down, jump. Oh, I need to hold it. There we go. Creep, creep, creep. Haha, you're going right over my head. You can't do anything. Side swipe. Wait, isn't that a, transformer? Okay, I still need to be ducking. Duck, duck, duck. Goose! And make a run for it. And I'm out. Ow! Oh my god, a thwomp. And gas. And skeletons. This is awful. Getting meat pounders to the head. Is that what they're called? Meat pounders? I don't know. I'm a vegetarian. I just see those little hammers sold in stores, and I'm like, oh, a key. Okay, what is it the key to? Or is it Buffy's sister? I don't know. It's an odd-looking wall. Can I break that open? I guess it would go the same place that this door right next to it goes. Whatever. And now I'm green. You've neutralized the trap. How did I do that? And apparently the trap neutralized me too, because that was one heck of a thwomp. Scorpion, great. This room seems pointless, kind of like most of the rooms in the Nintendo game Monster Party. Wait, a key? Did I use the key to neutralize the trap? Is there a keyhole in the sign? What's going on here? I have no idea. Moving along. Oh, it says I still have a key down the lower left corner there. It says key equals 1. Shows a picture and the word key. Hey guys, I'm just gonna kill you and take all of the money that you're just sitting around playing with and counting. Genocide! Yay! I don't care if you're evil or how many children you have. Yay! Just like the Keep on the Borderlands listed how many children and female kobolds were in the caves. I'm gonna kill you all! Yay! This is fun! Music's also getting a little bit repetitive. Pick that up. One more chest. Probably trapped. Yep, and another, ow, boulder to the head. But I think I just opened my 25th chest. Gauntlets of Ogre Power, that's sweet. Oh, of course, it is a drow. I called that. Do you fools really believe you have any chance of defeating me? If you have any cards, then face me now. Do I get a choice in the matter, or are you just going to come down here and fight me? If you have any intelligence, flee while you can. Ha! You don't know who you're dealing with. I'm a fighter. I specialize in strength and constitution. And intelligence, wisdom, and charisma can go out the window. Really? You really just said lightning bolt? Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Are you a falsetto? Are you a eunuch? Are you a castrati? What is that? What's going on there? I mean, the profile picture you had made you look like a guy, but you're screaming like a little girl. Or a woman of any age, actually. I apologize for the discrimination there. Shadow Elf. Shadow Elf? So is that like a cross between an elf and a displacer beast? My god. What a household that would have been to grow up in. Invisibility. Okay, and then as soon as you attack me, it cancels the invisibility. Unless you're casting improved invisibility. Hold person? I don't think one of the verbal components of that spell is to shout out the spell's name. Sure, it gives me a clue what's going on, but... Full metal jacket equips 5 pieces of armor simultaneously? Reach overall player level 5? Well, I'm at level 12. Whoa. Okay, whatever. Sleep? I really don't need a nap in the middle of battle, thanks. Light 5 enemies on fire. Oh, just one more. Oh, what did he say? That was a shame? Something, something? I don't know. Now I really want to set you on fire. Yeah, there we go. Got that challenge met. Wahaha, hold person. Oh gosh, skeletons. So you're a shadow elf who can wield a sword and bring the dead to life. Yeah, that is a little overpowered. That'd be an interesting book if Drix could do that. Just, you know, who needs a panther when you can summon skeletons? Well, I guess you still need a panther, because they kick butt. I'm kind of surprised that my sword even does anything to these guys, because swords are good at piercing and slashing damage, and skeletons are most susceptible to bludgeoning weapons like hammers. So maybe I'll throw one of those at them. Besides, I still need to hit 10 enemies with hammers, and I've only hit 6. I got, I think, enough hammers here. Okay, there's 7 now. 3 more to go. I really want to get the skeletons out of the way, though. Just kill them and focus on the bad guy. Oh! Hit a skeleton with a hammer while he was down. I think I actually killed him. Or re-killed him? What's the proper vocabulary when discussing the undead? I don't know. And how come he doesn't taunt me after every death? If he was a true villain, he would. Just continuous taunting. Jumping right over my hammer. That's not cool, man. Don't you know it's hammer time? Oh, I can't even hit you when you're down? Yeah, hold person. Whatever. Why not call it the triple hula hoop spell? Ow. More skeletons. Goodness. I guess there's just no limit to the number of dead people who've been buried here waiting to be risen. Doesn't look very diggable, though, the earth. That looks pretty solidly packed. So how are they even getting these skeletons into the ground in the first place? You think you have defeated me, but my master is more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Which is why I lick my sword. So heroes, follow me to your doom. Come to the Sable Tower. I will defeat Deimos, and I will sing as I break your bodies and crush your spirits. You'll sing? Like, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. No! Come back! I still have to hit you with one more hammer! Alright, so I drove off the Shadow Elf. I guess that's cool or something. Yeah, still really don't need much, but I'll take a hammer because I need to throw at least one more to get that challenge. Slick Hammer, it says. Oh, that's the name of my challenge or whatever. Just checking my inventory here. Got a lot of rings that I can cast. I'll buy one more oil in case I need to burn something. So it looks like I can hit enemies with hammers or oils. Sable Tower. Ah, one of our patrols reports seeing a huge black tower rise. Really? You have to think about that? This isn't first and foremost in your mind? Tower lies to the north. The nearest friendly town is Fort Runnels. You decide to head to the fort for more information. Okay, sounds good. And it says Fort Runnels, 8 miles. Ooh, good thing I got my Fitbit. Step, 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 step. Exclamation mark. Oh my god, is that a griffin or a hippogriff? I always confuse the two. No, wait, that's a manticore. You can tell by the tail. I mean, I'm sure there are other characteristics, but that's what gave it away for me. Oh my goodness! I think its lips are red. It reminds me of General Woundwork. Ooh, achievement unlocked. Oil and steel. Cool. That's burning things and hitting them with hammers. Okay, that tail is not to be messed with. Kind of like Displacer Beast, although those are more like shoulder elongation things. Still. Oh, I don't need to hit guys with hammers anymore, really. But I can block his tail. Ha, you see that? I'm good like that. Oh, not so good like that, apparently. But I will poke you in the face. You know, I doubt I ever made it this far when playing this game in the arcade. Like, defeat a dragon and a drow on just a few quarters? I mean, I didn't have that much of an allowance. So this is pretty cool. I finally get to play this game as much as I want. I love it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna throw up. Blah, blah, blah. 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 Whoa, okay, you killed me. And I'm back. And you're still killing me. Yeah, I do need this, like I need a hole in the head. And you're dead. Run away! At last, you arrived at Fort Runnels. Not Fort Tunnels. Okay, now my 3 friends are in the tavern with me? Alright, whatever. Take the long way around the mountain or go through the dwarven tunnels. Speak friend to open. However, that way is guarded by the great red dragon Flamewing. No, I already fought one dragon. Let's go the long way. I also just went through that whole underground city with the shadow elf. I feel like being outdoors for a change. Directly before you lies the mountain, a narrow winding path. Something. Okay, I thought I was going to be outside. Now I need a lantern? Whatever. Oh, hey. Draw my sword to pick up that garnet. And bread? No, opal. Aquamarine. Oh my goodness, spiky dogs. Must be hellhounds. Or devil dogs, as I prefer to think of. My goodness, they're gonna burn me to heck. Heckhounds, I guess, would be the name I really want to call them if I want to keep this YouTube channel family friendly. I have had mixed success with that. I'm still better than the Angry Video Game Nerd, but everybody loves him. Come on, I can't imitate that shtick. Wah! Sounds like an anime character. Alright, let's see if I can get rid of these hellhounds. Alright, got the knoll. Another hellhound just showed up. Killed that one. Oh, they squeal when they die. I hate that. I actually really love dogs in real life. Real dogs don't breathe fire on me, so I can make an exception here, but still, when they squeal, they sound like real dogs. Ow. The old flamin' axe. A deadly combo. Okay, you are not watching me at my best right now, YouTube. I apologize for that. This is an altogether new enemy type for me, and I apparently have not yet worked my way into determining the best approach. I need this. Yeah, I'm getting as sick of it as you are. I figure if I keep repeating it, then you'll suffer with me. Oh, getting some good hits in there. Might finally free myself off the corner that these hellhounds are backing me into. Yes! No, it squealed. But yes, it's dead. Oh, okay. And more hellhounds. Jeez, why even 2 hellhounds? Why even bother sending me to another room if I'm just going to repeat the same battle? I hate it when they get me on either side, because then they can just fricassee me on both sides evenly, which I guess is good for cooking, but not so good for adventure. Bum. Ooh, maybe what if I sneak up behind you, huh? I'll still die. That's the answer. Now I never actually played Dungeons & Dragons as a kid. I pored over the rule books, and my imagination was sated just from that. The possibilities of what it would be like to live in this world and to adventure in it. Even just to play the game, reading Keep on the Borderlands and the Isle of Dread, that was more exciting than anything. Unfortunately, I had 3 older brothers who had no patience for games of pretend, which is essentially what D&D is. So it wasn't until I got to college that I got to play it some more. Now this guy is a beholder. He has multiple eye stalks, each one is capable of a different ability. The one he just hit me with petrifies me. And apparently by screaming and holding my sword aloud, I can unpetrify myself. Now, it is in this guy's eye that you will find beauty. And I think the Dungeons & Dragons Saturday morning cartoon taught us that if you hold a rose up to a beholder, you can defeat it. I'm not sure that's an option here, though. I don't have a rose in my inventory. So I'll just have to fight him the old way. But you know what? With him ramming his face into me, and chomping on me, you know what he now reminds me of, other than, say, like a floating Medusa head from Castlevania? Is Mad Balls. Do you remember those? It was kind of like Garbage Pail Kids when we were kids. It was just like a tennis ball sized foam ball with a really ugly face on it. They may have even made a Saturday morning cartoon out of it. Mad Balls. That's essentially what a beholder is. Unfortunately, this guy's a little bit deadlier than any Mad Ball I remember ever seeing. Whoa! He actually did petrify me that time, and it killed me outright. I always continue too quickly to see what their taunts are. Gauntlets of Ogre Power, cool. Just cut off some of his eyes, it's also cool. I wonder if there are some eye stalks that he relies on until they're gone, and it's only then that he uses other ones, because that black eye stalk beam that he's using now, I don't remember seeing that when he had other ones. Bleh. So this is what I'm fighting instead of the Great Red Dragon Flame Wing. Most unoriginal name ever, by the way. Flame Wing. Gee, what other colored dragon could you be but red with a name like Flame? I mean, what do they call other dragon? Blue Ball? Never mind. Bleh. I was carrying a book so I could read it with my hands and turn the pages. And it looks like I was just doing something inappropriate to those coins. Teabagging, perhaps? Actually took me a moment to remember the name because I've never done it myself. I'm not much of a first-person shooter guy, although Perfect Dark for Xbox 360 goes on sale next week, and I'm a big fan of the Nintendo 64 version. So I'll definitely buy it for 360 on sale. You finally reach the Black Tower, the Sable Tower. Can't destroy the candles. To find hearts to power my secondary weapons. Whoa, lots of meat pounders there. 2 hellhounds. I'm hoping I finally got the handle on these guys. Yes, although that might be my Gauntlets of Ogre Power, because these guys are going down pretty easily. Oh man, I can't even see them when I kill them though, they're off the screen. Don't they deserve the dignity and the honor of dying at my hands before my very own eyes? Apparently not. Watch out for that oil burning. Meow. What do you guys think? Is there a future on the internet for a meme of LOL hellhounds? I dare you. You come up with a dozen sample image macros and I will register the domain name and host it for you. Leave a comment. Alright, gonna check out this door. Trapped treasure boxes? Why yes. No! Not my Gauntlets of Ogre Power! They were doing so awesome by me. I suspect I'm never actually going to be able to carry items between lives. I suspect when I die, I probably lose my power-ups. So they're short-lived anyway. And look at that! Look at how little health I have. Look at that. That's remarkable. One of these guys could kill me. A kobold could kill me. I really hope they don't, because that too would be embarrassing. I'd rather get hit by a rock. Okay, I got a knee. I think that was a null knee. Can't say I was paying very close attention. I just kind of mashed the buttons. Did I go in that door? Are there 2 doors on this floor? And I don't mean like the tutors. I mean 2 doors. Bleh. Can I block your shoulder? Bleh. Ha! I see I can ram into you. Huh? What do you think of that? I'm so much wicked smaller than you. I'm also wearing lightish red armor. You know, I think they already have a name for lightish red. Okay, that guy's a goner. And I have 2 keys now. I don't remember picking up the second key. I'm still not sure what they open either. I have to keep an eye out to see when my number of keys goes down, and when my armor changes from pink to lime. I'm apparently some sort of a fruity beverage. That quote is going to get taken out of context, I just know it. Okay, that was pretty harmless. Oh, now I need to remember to go in that second door. Oh man, I was really wailing on that hellhound, then he chomped me. Oh well. Another hellhound. Oh, right in the knee. I guess I can't be an adventurer anymore. I took a hellhound to the knee. Wow, I'm toasty. Toasty! Man, where exactly are these guys falling from? Are they like hanging onto the ceiling, waiting for other enemies to die so that there's room for them to land? Are they being teleported in? What's up with that? Can you imagine how tedious this would be in the arcades? I mean, the game's a little bit long already, especially with this tower, just going through the levels and the levels. But like paying a quarter every single time? Now granted, I paid $15 right off the bat, so that's $60. No, I'm sorry, 60 quarters that I basically paid to play this game. Oh, I forgot the second door again. But I think I would have already put more than 60 quarters into this game to make it this far. So I've already got my money's worth. And there's a whole nother game. There's a sequel. Trap Gas. Ooh, stinky. Skeleton with a 1 ring. Alright, I'll take the protection ring plus 2. And I'll just leave you lying there. How's that? That sound good? I like that arrangement. Skeletons, gnolls. Not a lot of variety, really, in the day-to-day monsters. The hellhounds are fairly new, and that's cool. But how about some goblins, or hobgoblins? I don't mean the Spider-Man characters, obviously. Already lost my ring of protection, I just got it. You know, back in my day, when I was a kid, you spent all your rupees on a red ring or a blue ring, and it stayed with you. You were protected. Well, I guess protection just doesn't count for much nowadays. Boo. Ha! You're on fire, you're on fire, ha ha. Wow, I think I toasted both of them to death. That was the most effective use I've had of oil yet, other than putting a troll down for good. Alright, got a book. Because I can read! The more you know. Oh, this level's a little bit different. It's actually scrolling to show me something. That's a nice change. Oh, I'm so delighted you could join us this time. This time? Do I know this guy? Oh, man. And your health is full? Come on, I had you down to at least half health. And now you're back to full? And granted, you probably spent the time recovering and recuperating. But still, you're making the player do stuff he already did. Just seems a little cheap to me. Alright, so fighting the Shadow Elf again. He who shall not be named. He's just known by his race, which I guess is kind of racist. Along with the idea that all drow are evil. Can this guy rightly be called a drow? As far as I recall, the first Salvatore book came out in '87. And this game came out in '93, so that's 6 years later. Salvatore is well on his way to being a New York Times best-selling author by that point. So why didn't they just call him Drow? Is it because people wouldn't know if it's pronounced Drow or Dro? In fact, I may have been mispronouncing it. Maybe it is Dro. I think R.A. Salvatore, he and I share a hometown, so I've encountered him at various book signings and the like. And he told me that he finds it challenging to be afraid of any race whose name rhymes with cow. So maybe it's Dro. But he also won't tell me how to pronounce Drix's name, because he says that anytime people are debating how to pronounce that character's name, it creates an opportunity for other people to ask, hey, what are you talking about? And then evangelize the books as a result. So why would he not want people talking about his books? And pronouncing the character's name is one more thing to talk about. Interesting philosophy there. Visibility! It's actually been many years since I've read an artist author book. I just kind of lost interest after a while, especially when they moved to D&D, was it 4th edition? And they moved all the books ahead like 100 years or something. I feel like there are too many other worlds and authors to explore for me to focus on just Forgotten Realms and RSL. Can I go in these doors? I can't even get back to that one. Definitely can't go in that one. Oh well. You know, all these D&D tangents I'm going on might actually make this video ineligible for monetization. YouTube has a rule that the video has to be accompanied by commentary that is about the game. Here we go. So I was right, you curs believe your pitiful powers can overcome me. You fools, the only reason you've gotten this far is that you can personally watch our last moments of our lives. Really? That's the only reason? It's not because we killed everything you sent at us? Okay, despite the horns, you're looking like a lich. And I think liches have some sort of a magical amulet or something in which they keep their souls. And if you can destroy that, then you destroy the lich. I wonder if... It's probably not going to be quite that meta here. Okay, so now we're fighting Clayface from the Batman comics. Either that or mud golems. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed that a lich would summon mud golems. Mud golems are one of the most basic golems. I think that might be where Jewish legend of the golem originates. I expect a lich to have like a blood golem or a bone golem. Unless you think me morbid, they are real kinds of golems in the world of D&D. They exist. I've read their stats. On the other hand, that kind of a golem might have you thinking that this game deserves an adult rating. I don't know if the ESRB was around when this game came out. I suspect not. I think this game came out around the time of the first Mortal Kombat, which caused, or at least participated in, and contributed to the congressional hearings. But still, kids playing a game with with blood golems and bone golems, that might be an issue for the parents. However, if you've made it this far in this game, you probably have more money than any kid ought to. Anyway, one mud golem is down. I really hate it when they sink into the ground and stay there, grabbing at my ankles. Because I really don't know how to get them out of there, except maybe by jumping and doing a diving attack, and that doesn't seem to motivate them to come out, it just does a little bit of damage. Anyway. One mud golem is much easier to deal with than two. And he's putting up his hands like, no, please stop! I want to live! Either that or he's just blocking my attack. Either way, I'm gonna kill him. No, why me? Alright, man. I killed your lackeys. Wonder what kind of a skull he's got on his staff there. Now what? I toast to you, sir. Well done, knaves. You handle yourself well against my weak, inept minions. Aren't you kind of criticizing your own ability to create minions when you call them weak? Is that blood wine you're toasting me with? How very honorable. Alright, now do I need to go up there and drag your butt down here? Or are you just gonna step down those steps and...
Teleport!
Teleport? Seriously? You just wasted a teleport spell to walk 6 freaking feet? At the most, that warranted a blink spell. Deimos. Deimos? Demos? Isn't that a spell in Final Fantasy? Or am I just thinking of Demi? Lightning Bolt! Okay, now I see where the Shadow Elf got it from. Seems to be a thing with these bad guys. I cast it at the darkness! Wow. Alright, now I got 2 ghouls to fight with. Wonder if I can just get them out of the way. Whoop! Okay, that's not the direction I want my fireball to go. But I'm guessing I'm not going to get a bonus for all the unused magic items when I beat the game, so might as well use them all now. I got plenty of magic missiles. So might as well try everything now and see what works and what doesn't. That's how I defeated, I think it was Castlevania Lament of Innocence. Just saved all my magic items for the last guy, and then he just... I tried fighting him once without any special items, and he crushed me, and then I pulled out everything and I crushed him. Okay. CSW. Sounds like some sort of a co-op that you get your vegetables from, maybe? Oh wait, that's right, I picked up a Cure Serious Wounds, CSW. However, it didn't seem to help me stay alive. Yeah, the lightning bolt was kind of cool. I think I missed the bad guy. I don't know how effective it is against the undead, but still, kind of cool. I like how he can't come down at my level. He's always got to be floating above me. Wah! I am dead? Is that what he said? Well, you're undead, correct? Is that a... what was that? Onyx? Okay. Certainly not what it looked like. Oh, again, 3-4 good hits in there. I wonder what spell that is that makes fire erupt around you. Seems more like Mega Man's Leaf Shield, but with fire. I'm sure there was an enemy that granted him exactly what I'm describing, but I can't keep track of all the Mega Mans. Can you? Really? Alright, wailing on your knolls here, man. Not your knolls, your ghouls. That's not a metaphor either. Mirror image. Does one of you cast a shadow and the other does not? Because, you know, I learned that trick. It's not new. I would expect better from a lich. Oh man, it's wailing on me. Oh, again, I missed his taunt. Oh well. And I apparently can't light him aflame. I can light myself aflame. It's fine. Thanks. Magic missile! Oh, it circled around. Did it hit him? I'm not sure. Apparently his cape is like Batman's. Lined with Kevlar. Alright, come on, man. Come on. You know you're gonna go down. I have infinite health. And I still have 2 keys. Remember that? You want to put up a door between us? I'm just gonna unlock it. Make my way right to you. Achievement unlocked. This is impossible. I am destined to conquer, to rule. Ooh, level up. I thought I already did that. Blue, 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 blue. Gah. Uh-oh, must have been a weight-bearing boss. We have to get out of here. The tower is collapsing. Pull my finger! I mean, wait, look at his throne. That's a teleport crystal. What does that mean? I don't remember teleport crystals being an item in the Dungeon Master's Handbook. Or the DM Guide, whatever it's called. Player's Handbook, right? But apparently it is, and it works. Blink, blink. The teleport crystal itself does not teleport in the supreme display of irony. Okay, it was falling, now it's just fading, and now it's gone. Staff. Rod. Wand. Scroll. Ring. Oh. No, I guess it's just staff. Alrighty then. So that is the end of... what was this, the Black Tower or something? Tower of Doom. There we go. Chronicles of Mystara, Chapter 1, the Dungeons & Dragons game from Capcom, released for Xbox Live on the Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade. Thank you very much for playing, or for watching rather. I know this has traditionally been a Wii U channel, and this game is available or will be for the Wii U, so I hope you don't mind this slight deviation from my preferred platform. It's been fun playing this game, and I look forward to finishing the other half of this bundle. But in the meantime, I got some Super Luigi DLC to check out. So stay tuned for more channels, and please subscribe to the Gamebits channel on YouTube to catch more of this game and more of Super Luigi and other games to come. But in the meantime, hey look, I got treasures. I found all these treasures. Ring of Lightning Bolt, Garnet, Secure Serious Wounds, there it is, CSW, trying to figure that one out. Don't know what the little plus symbols mean, but look at everything I didn't find. Scroll of Hold Person, that must be a magician thing. And here we are back at the beginning, and this is just the beginning. There are more Chronicles of Mystara to come, so stay tuned.